Australia and other English-speaking nations have orthographic disadvantage. It severely affects our children, our schools and our nation. Let's explore the high cost of orthographic disadvantage. I'm Dr. Susan Galletly, an Australian researcher, teacher and speech-language pathologist. Orthographic impacts is a key research area of mine. Orthographies are the spelling systems nations use, the spelling patterns that represent the sounds in the words we read and write. Orthographic complexity dictates how easy or hard it will be for beginners to learn to read and write. Complex English causes slow, impeded learning, while the regular orthographies most nations use create rapid, easy learning. Most nations have quite few spelling patterns beyond their alphabet's letter sounds. Italy, Spain, Greece, Finland, Korea and so on. In contrast, English is one of the world's most complex orthographies. It's damaging, in fact. English has well over 500 spelling patterns. This makes mastering basic letter sounds merely the start of our kids' learning. It's English that is the exception. Internationally, regular orthographies are the norm. Nations with regular spelling see children mastering adult-level word reading and spelling accuracy in grade 1, while English-speaking countries take 6 to 9 years for kids to reach even a reasonable level of accuracy, one that's still well below adult proficiency. It is a massive time disparity. Their orthographic advantage means nations using regular spelling have an education awesome-foursome. English-speaking nations, Australia included, in contrast, have an awful foursome of disadvantage. Let's take a look at these 4 elements. Early literacy development is easy and rapid in regular orthography nations. It has extremely low cognitive load because the learning is so easy. It's the opposite for English. We've extremely high cognitive load and thus slow, complex, drawn-out learning. For teaching and learning, low cognitive load is a terrific help. Children are soon independent readers and writers, and intervention catches up delayed readers quickly and easily. Even kids with major risk factors still master reading and writing well. In contrast, the ongoing, extremely high cognitive load of English slows all children and drags down our at-risk beginners appallingly. About a third of our kids are struggling readers and writers. We've major differences in academic learning. Regular orthography children with their strong literacy and learning skills can do much stronger learning. Teaching is so much easier there. Teachers don't have to support weak reading and writing skills. Differences in school effectiveness are massive. Schools in nations with regular spelling are time-rich. Learning to read and write takes such little time, and kids are confidently independent and need little help. In contrast, excessive workload overwhelms our schools. On top of subject learning, we spend hundreds of additional hours teaching word reading and spelling and need hundreds more for supporting our developing and struggling readers. We're chronically pushed for time. The good news is that if we make strategic changes, we too will have orthographic advantage and that awesome foursome. And no, it's not a matter of spelling reform. It's a simple change to 2-stage early literacy. Taiwan, Japan and China are our role models. They introduced fully regular beginners' orthographies in the 1940s and 50s. Children first learn to read and write their beginner's orthography, and this readies them for a smooth transition to using their nation's extremely complex orthographies. This change to 2-stage early literacy is the basis of these nations' overwhelming educational and economic success. We need to research the impacts of orthographies, comparing our English readers with children in other nations. In the future, we too may use a beginner's orthography prior to standard English. We too could then move from severe orthographic disadvantage to strong orthographic advantage. Research is much needed. My 3 books, Bunyips in the Classroom, The 10 Changes, the research tours, The Impacts of Orthographic Disadvantage, and The 10 Changes, The Nitty-Gritty, emphasise my 10 changes, solution-focused strategies for moving us from our current struggles to the impressive progress that we are well capable of. 2 of the 10 changes directly address orthographies and their impacts. Understand how orthographies matter. English spelling is dragging us down. And investigate the potential of fully regular beginners' orthographies. Research shows they're key. The other changes address other pertinent issues. For more information on the high cost of orthographic disadvantage and the changes we need, visit my website. There you'll find handy information, free downloads, and information on the 3 books. We really do have potential for massive progress. With strategic moves, including the 10 changes, the future is bright. Let's move there.